There are three constants in life: death, taxes, and Wizards of the Coast making big announcements while I'm currently on a content break. What's up, folks? Banner trick announcement, and it's a pretty interesting one. I'm not gonna lie. So, of course, they announced this. They didn't actually announce this. This was leaked last week, and it's very important to us, obviously, practicing for Worlds because stand in front of the Worlds formats, and we were looking at this very, very closely, and we see here that the Meathook Massacre has been banned in Standard. And I must say, this is a bit of a surprise. I had Fable the Mirror Breaker and Meathook Massacre pegged for banning, Fable being the number one target. Fable's not really a card that's, like, overtly, busted. It never wipes your board and gains 10 life. It never combo kills you or whatever, but it's the kind of card where it's just, like, so good. It's pretty hard not to play it, and it's in almost every single deck. So I'm a little surprised to let Fable alone. Again, not really being a card that feels overtly powerful to ban, but kind of an annoying card from a deck building constraint in that respect. So Fable's still there, but Meathook Massacre has been banned. It's funny because I think this is the card that draws perhaps the most ire among more casual Standard players. It kills all your crap. It gains a bunch of life. It tends to be very good against the fringe decks of the format. But realistically, like, if you look at like the top 5 decks in the format, Meathook Massacre isn't really a major part of them, both either good against them or played in them. Yes, it's in mono black. Yeah, it's played in various red-black shells and Esper shells, but it's often a sideboard card at this point. Most decks are built to not lose to Meathook Massacre, and the card isn't very good if your opponents are well prepared for it. So this is a kind of weird one in that this feels like it's more of a ban for the format as a whole to try and open up the doors for aggro decks to enter back into the format, even though they aren't currently there. So even though it's not seeing much play at all, I get this ban from the prospect of trying to bring aggro into the format. I thought it would be Fable and Massacre. Just Massacre surprises me, but it's a pretty big change. You will see. Black's still very, very good in the format. I don't think the top deck's going to change that much, but I do think that it might open the doors for other decks. So that's Standard. Big one here in Modern is they've banned Yorion. There are now 2 of the 10 companions on the Modern ban list. I think this is ridiculously stupid. Not because they shouldn't ban Yorion, but because at this point, they should just ban the companion mechanic. Just remove the game mechanic from the game. They've already banned Lurrus in like 4 different formats. Now they've banned Yorion. They've nerfed the mechanic once before. Just pull the band-aid off, please. Just remove the companion mechanic from the game of Magic the Gathering. You can play Yorion in your main deck. It's a normal Magic card, but there's no companioning when it comes to competitive play. Simple as that. That's what I would do. Now we have Gigantha. We'll see what companion's going to be next. It's a failure. It's a failure as a mechanic and as a rule. It just breaks the rules of the game, and it's a problem. So banning Yorion, though, is interesting. Of course, Modern right now is rife with 4-color pile, Triome, whatever decks, Ren, Teferi, all the elementals, obviously. I think Ren was on the watch list for sure as a way to kind of power those decks down. I'm not sure how exactly you power down good stuff 4-color, 5-color decks. We're seeing this sort of core of Ren, Teferi, iteration, all these cards just in every deck. You're playing creativity with all these cards. You're playing, elementals with all these cards. You're playing fair stuff with all these cards. You're playing Delirium with all these cards. Something probably needs to change at some point. I don't think just banning Yorion is enough, honestly. But we'll see. It's definitely an interesting thing. Now making all those decks be 60 cards. It's funny. They might actually just be better. Maybe there's better, more consistent 60 card decks now. But yeah, so we see Yorion gone here. It's a pretty big change. I know folks were kind of clamoring for a little more of a change in Modern. Modern right now is very, very healthy, but very, very healthy in the sense that there's diversity, but all the decks are like pretty powerful. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not sure how I feel about this exactly, but we'll see. Yorion is gone. That's Modern. Pioneer, no changes, which seems, I guess, reasonable. I don't really know. Nykthos maybe could be on the watch list, but that's Pioneer. And then Legacy is a surprising one. I don't think this is true at all. I don't play a ton of Legacy, but I did play in the Legacy Open in Baltimore a few months ago, and I don't think this statement's true at all. The Blue-Red Delver decks just seem absolutely absurd. Banner Ragavan didn't do much. Iteration or days or something probably needs to go. I don't play enough Legacy to have a strong opinion on this, but I'm a little surprised about this. And then Vintage, I have no opinion on. So that's a challenge. Of course, currently on content break right now. All YouTube folks will get a video every day, but I'm currently, Baby's not here yet. Baby is due technically in 3 days, and Nicole's been having some of those like ghosty contractions, so we'll see. We're on the precipice for sure. I'm prepping for Worlds, and of course I'm on a live content break until mid-November, early November. So I got Worlds coming up. I hope you're all doing great out there. I love you all. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And I'm out. Peace, folks. I'll see you soon. All right, have a good one.